Alrighty guys, so today I have a review on the Yomega Brain. Now I got this yo-yo just really for fun, just to try it out, see how it plays. I also got it for looping tricks. Now I don't know if it's the best looping yo-yo really. I really don't know. I haven't tried a whole bunch of looping yo-yos. So I'm just going to give a honest review on this yo-yo. And hopefully it'll help you if you're interested in it, or if you're just starting out in yo-yoing and you came across Yomega Brain and you want to know if it's right for you. Anyway, before we get into the Yomega Brain, let's go through the specifications. Now this is nice, like on its packaging, it actually, well, it didn't come in a box. It came in like those really difficult plastic packages, but it's really nice because it actually came with the specifications right on the package, which is really cool. So the Brain Yomega ranks it as a rookie level 1 yo-yo. So probably the beginnerest as beginner can get is this yo-yo. The basic, the easiest, the most easy to use yo-yo for an absolute beginner is probably this one. So that's what Yomega ranked it as, a rookie level 1. It has a clutch system, which is really cool. We'll get into that a little bit later. Yomega says it has a round shape, which it kind of does. It has a very narrow shape, and it definitely does have a round shape, which is true. And it's auto return, it says, which is super cool. The weight, it says, is 59 grams. Auto return system width and diameter is 35.7, and then the diameter is 58.7 millimeters, and the gap width is 2.5 millimeters. So I hope you can see that if you want to look at it a little more. I don't know if you can see it perfectly, but that is the specification. So 59 grams is pretty light, but it is a plastic yo-yo. It does come with an extra string, so it comes with 2 strings, which is nice for a new player because if they get a knot, they don't have to run around trying to use a string all knotted up. Fixed axle has like these little, almost like the plastic is like raised. I don't know if you can see it, just like so. It's kind of like bumpy on the sides, but it has a clutch system, which is really cool. And when I get it in the end, I'm going to kind of explain my review on this yo-yo. Right now I'm just kind of going over the details, so I'll explain my opinion on that a little bit later. And you know, for a new player, I'm struggling to get it. Okay, so a clutch system, so it has an end here, right? It has an end, and if you look in this side, it has these springs. So that's the clutch system. So what it does is when you throw it down and the spin is super strong, the force will push these strings out. And when the spin slows enough so that the force holding back the spring is less than the spring's force, the spring will actually grab onto the clutch system and it'll automatically return to your hand, which is really good for a new player. Fixed axle, which is really good so a new player won't be losing that. And there's really not a lot of pieces to this yo-yo, so again, for a new player, I mean, the chances of you losing it is very slim. Anyway, it comes with this, so this is kind of like the bearing for this yo-yo. As in, this is like the clutch system, and it has like this rubber ring, and then the groove where I don't know if you can see it, the groove where the string goes into. And you always want to make sure that this black ring goes into the yo-yo, so just like so. You always want to make sure that will allow the clutch system to work. And one nice thing about this yo-yo is it's really easy to take apart and put back together, which again is great for a new player. So tighten it up and let's see how it plays. Now it's made out of polycarbonate plastic, which again is a very durable plastic, so you know a new player won't have to worry about breaking it right away. And the Brain always gets 3 wraps, which will activate the clutch system, so just remember that if you get it and it's not working out for you, wrap the string around it 3 times. And the nice thing with this yo-yo too is, you know, you don't have to pinch it on the sides because it has the, like that, it's wrapped around 3 times, so you can wind it up really easy. Which again, new players do struggle with winding up their yo-yos. So easy to wind up, easy to put together, take apart, durable material. And as you see here, when I throw it down, and I don't throw it down long enough, the springs actually never release. So it just will return automatically to my hand, which is really good for new players, because when they do a really bad throw, and then a regular yo-yo would just sleep at the end of the string, and it won't have enough spin to return fully to their hand. This yo-yo will just return right away to their hand, which is really nice. And of course, when you give it enough spin, it will sleep, and it will automatically return to your hand when the spin slows down, which is actually, it's kind of weird how that feels, having it automatically return to your hand. So, you know, so far so good. But what can it do? What can this yo-yo do? The absolute basic tricks. I mean, you get enough spin, you can do your rock the baby. What's another one? I mean, you can do gravity pull, walk the dog's a good one. Forward pass around the world. You can always do the Jamaican flag too. All your picture tricks really. And it returns really easy, which is really good for a new player too. But like I said earlier, I got it for looping. I don't know if it's the best looping yo-yo. Let's see here. But it's, ooh, you know, once you kind of get the feel of it, you can do some pretty good loops with it, I suppose, if you want to. Like that. That was like 3 in a row. That was pretty good. I mean, you can do some pretty decent loops with it. Just like so. And you know, you can do like hop the fence and all those fun tricks. You know, and you can do your sleeping tricks. You can get your throw really powerful. So really, it's just, I don't know, again, I used it for looping. I don't know if it's the best looping yo-yo, but that's what I use it for. And its shape is kind of too narrow for, you know, trying to get into your different string tricks. I think the shape's a little too narrow for that. If you're good enough, yeah, you can do it. You can definitely try it. But for a new player, I think it's a little too narrow. So now that's kind of the details on it. And what do I think about the Yomega Brain? Now, the concept of this yo-yo and what it is designed to do, it's perfect. I mean, it really is. It's designed for a new player. So if you're a super advanced player, you know, don't get the Yomega Brain. You know, if you know your different string tricks, don't get the Yomega Brain. If you want to get into looping, I don't know, it can do looping tricks. I don't know if it's the best. I don't really have any other yo-yo to compare it to. If you're having a hard time with your basic throw, Yomega Brain's going to help you. If you can't get the yo-yo to your hand, Yomega Brain's going to help you. So it's really, really good for a new player. And that's what it's supposed to do. Really good for a new player. It's supposed to be as basic gets, this yo-yo is supposed to be. It's not supposed to do all those different string tricks or even your, I mean, I don't even think it could handle like brain twister. I don't even think it would be too good for that either. So really just your very basic beginner entry level tricks this yo-yo is designed to do. Now, if you want to get into string tricks, I would definitely recommend something else. And I don't say that because this yo-yo is a bad yo-yo. I say it because if you want to get into your different string tricks, if you really want to learn your tricks, you're basically, by the time you get this yo-yo and you throw it down a couple times, you're ready to move on. I mean, this yo-yo is basically just to get players steady with their throw and their sleepers and, you know, walk the dog around the world. And even looping tricks, it can handle looping tricks very well. So if you want to get into looping tricks, you know, it's not too bad. I don't know if there's anything better. There probably is, but it's not too bad. So I feel like I'm rambling on, so here's my final opinion. My final opinion is if you're an absolutely new player and you want something that you can throw around, or if you want something that, you know, if you're super advanced or if you're learning all your different tricks and people always want to come up and try your yo-yo and you know they're not going to be able to, and you want that to give them something that they can use, you know, the Yomega Brain's not a bad choice either. So, final opinion, great for new players. If you already know your throwdown, your sleeper, by the time you get this yo-yo, you're already going to be too advanced for it. Looping tricks, yeah, it can do them all, like I already said, but it's really good for new players. But one thing I want to say about this yo-yo, even for me, is this just an overall fun yo-yo? I mean, for looping and just it just is a super fun yo-yo to throw around. You know, doing walk the dog around the world. You know, you really don't. You really It's kind of weird to say. It's just fun to mess around with, I'll say. But you know, again, for the price, if you're a new player and you want to get into more advanced tricks, I mean, you could probably find a much better yo-yo for a little bit cheaper if you want to get into your different string tricks. So don't get it if you're already in your string tricks. If you're struggling with your throw and your sleeper and you really want to get into yo-yoing, check it out. If you want to mess around with looping tricks, it's not a bad option either. You know, it's probably better options, but it's not too bad. So great design for what it's meant to do. So that's my review on the Yomega Brain. So thanks for watching. I hope it helped, and I hope you have a great day.